It's started off everybody's feeling even our laptop.
Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the video is now on the real computer and it's
Speaking
speaking
of
of
this feedback.
Yeah, the feedback is because we're sharing audio. There we go. It's gone now. Ta-da! Welcome back. I see that we have a ton of comments. So I think we'll start with you since it's quite fresh. I see that Tasha Dickinson is saying very nice, going to test it. Can you share the guidelines you gave to 11 labs so that that they're able to replicate this?
Hi, Bianca, can you hear me now?
We can, yes.
Okay, the mic basically just muted itself. I don't know how and why that happened. But yes, I heard your question about the guidelines. We can share that, yes. Maybe just if you can reach out to us via LinkedIn or our email address, then we can share all the system prompt with you, yes.
Wonderful. I think that's going to be very helpful. So if someone is sharing their contact details, then anyone who's interested can gather that from you. I see that Annie Pandey, hello Annie, it's so lovely to see your name, has a question for you as well. Is the voice bot under the premise of using agentic AI or merely generative AI?
So it is under agentic AI. So the voice bot doesn't just reply based on the data it has been trained on. It reply based on what you put into the system. So I don't know if you heard in the video, but you give the voice bot or 11 labs, you can give it a whatever text you want the voice bot to base the questions on, or to base the responses on, rather the feedback on. So it's not AI in the wild. It rather it recalls the information that you've put into it. So it's the term they call it is RAG, retrieval augmented generation. So it retrieves from a specific source that you have provided it with.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. I see you've also shared your contact details. Very happy about that. I'm going to jump back to some questions for the previous speakers. I see that Amanda did share her answer in chat for one of the questions. I see that Tasha Dickinson asked Lanier, my question is on the multilingualism of previous presentation. Is the idea just to help students in year one? So it's just basically about adjusting to the new learning environment, or is it more long-term with study material and exams also available in all languages? Where does multilingual support start and end? Lanier, if you're here, we would love to hear your answer.
Okay, the main idea was to help students in their first year. It wasn't just to help students in their first year. It was meant to support them throughout their entire time at the university. So with that said, it will include making study materials, even exam available in a different language where like possible. But of course, there are limits. Not every module or subject in university can offer everything in every language. So I would say it support might focus on the most common language and key courses. But the main goal is to make learning more inclusive and accessible for many students as possible for the long run. Yeah. And to answer the second question, why mobile application? Like I've mentioned, I chose a mobile application because it's something students already use in every day. It's like let's be realistic. It's too quick, easy to access, and always students they carry their mobile application like almost everywhere. So it makes simple to switch between languages and get updates and find the right materials in the language they're mostly comfortable with. It's a practical way to actually bring multilingual support into their daily academic life, not just in the classroom, but wherever they are. Yeah, thank you so much, Bianca.
Thanks so much, Linnea. Yeah, I can just add on to that. Obviously, spending an entire year with Linnea, it did initially start as just something that he wanted to bring in for first years because of how he felt in first year. And the more that he started researching with his research supervisor, I'm actually the practical creative supervisor, he realized that there was a need to actually develop languages in the graphic design stream and the visual communication stream. Because for anyone who speaks some of the more traditional African languages, some of these words don't exist. So then he started to develop the idea that as students, the best people to create the words that we should then use in the future and to intellectualize the language are actually the students working in that space. And in starting with a conversational language such as Iscamtho and developing it out into more defined language spaces through the learning in the app, they eventually earn the right to not only, you might have seen his one screen there, he's still developing that section of the app, but actually then earning the right to first vote on other people's choices of words, and then actually earn the right to add your own words, and then together developing the language in very specific spaces. So starting with graphic design, moving it into the other creative faculties such as photography, and then expanding the intellectualization out into further spaces in the university. So that will be very exciting when he starts to develop it. I just wanted to add on to that. Dr. Randall, I see you're still here, and there was one question that was for your presentation. I'm just trying to locate it here. Since your work bridges AI, gamification, and health science pedagogy, what do you think is the next step for moving beyond experimentation towards establishing scalable, evidence-based frameworks for AI-enhanced game-based learning in the professional programs?
Okay, cool. So what we're doing here at VETS now is that we've implemented the game-based learning for mechanical engineering, and we're moving on to the health sciences. But what we intend to do is that we're going to take both of the games and use that to create a framework that can be published in an article. So we're going to experiment this journal in February next year. The games have been created. February next year, from the experiment, we will then pull out our framework to show how this can be done. We'll also show the limitations which we encountered during the process.
That's really wonderful. Thank you so much for letting us know, Dr. Randall. I see that we have come to the end of the Q&A session. Now is the time to move to our closing and prize giving that is happening in the main link. You'll be able to find that main link in the live program. Once again, thank you all to our Pecha Kucha presenters. It's been, we always need more time for these things, but I'm glad that you've all shared your experiences and again your contact details so we can continue these discussions further on. Thank you very much, everyone.